All right, let's look at the homework 3.4, problem number 2. All right, so we have a rectangular solid with a square base, has a volume of 2744 cubic inches, and we want to determine the dimension that yield the minimum surface area. All right, so let's do that. All right, so we have a rectangular box, looks like that. And since the volume is 2,744, so this is V, right? So we know that the V it can be written as x times y, right? So you have x squared y is equal to 2,744. All right, and I'm going to solve this equation for y. So I'm going to solve, so divide through by x squared. So we have y is equal to 2,744 divided by x squared. All right, so the surface area, so I'm going to call that surface area A, is going to be, all right, so you have x squared on top and bottom, so you have 2 times x squared, right, plus, all right, and the side wall has a size of, let's see, area is x times y, then you have 4 of them, so it's 4 times xy, right? Then since y can be rewritten as 2,744 over x squared, so I'm going to plug that in here, right? So we get this. A is going to be equal to 2x squared plus, let's see, so one of the x cancel out, so it's 4 times, I'm going to just write it this, 4 times 2,744 over x. All right, and what we want to do is we can think of this as area function a of x, and we want to minimize this. So you want to minimize this function on. Right, so I guess x could be, so any positive number would be fine, right? So x on, so from 0 to infinity. All right, so we have that. All right, so let's find a critical number. So a prime of x is going to be equal to 4x plus, right, so this guy, I don't like a fraction, so I'm going to rewrite this guy as 2 times 2744 x to the negative 1 power. So I'll write it as, let's see, put the negative sign in front, so it's going to be negative, right, so it's 2 times 2744 x to the negative 2 power. Right? So we have that. And then try to, let's see, rewrite it a little bit better. So you have 4. Oh, actually, sorry, I messed that up. I put 2 instead of 4. So this is actually 4 there. All right. Sorry about that. So it's 4 there and 4 there. All right. So we have, let's see, 4x, and this is going to be 4. Sorry. All right. So it's a minus 4 times 2744 over x squared. All right. I'm going to just find the common denominator, which is x squared. Right, so it's going to be 4x cubed minus 4 times 2744. Right, so we set that equal to 0. Right, this is going to give us, right? Let's see, I'm going to pull out the 4, so it's a 4 is pulled out. So you have x cubed minus 2744 is equal to 0. All right, so which means that we can just divide through by 4. So you have x cubed minus 2744 equal to 0. Right, and I'm going to add the 2744. So x cubed is equal to 2744. Then we can just take the square root, the cube root of both sides. So you have x is equal to, right, so I'm going to actually use a calculator here. All right, so what is cube root of 2744, right? Hopefully this is going to be a nice number. Let's see. So I'm going to take, let's see, 2744, raise it to the 1/3 power, right? That's equivalent to cube root, right? Hit enter, right? It's actually 14, right? So 14 there, right? So if you want to see if this really gives you the minimum, we can actually draw a number line here. So 14 is the critical number, so 14. So starting from 0, right? Then let's think about doing the a prime. Then you can plug in anything smaller than 14. So I'm going to try 1, right? So for example, plugging 1 here, and 4 minus 4 times 2744 is going to be negative. So we know that this is negative. And here, a prime of anything bigger than 14, so I'm going to plug in 15. So you can see that if you plug in 15, so the 15 cubed is going to be bigger than 2477, it's going to be positive, right? So the area function here is going to be decreasing here because derivative is negative, and increasing here, right? So we know that here we're going to have a minimum right at x equals 14, right? So we get what we want. So this is going to be 14, right? But you can see that if you find the y value, so y value is going to be equal to 2744 over 14 squared, because 2744 is 14 cubed, so this is going to be actually 14, right? So y value is going to be 14, right? And find the minimum surface area. So minimum surface area is going to be, right? So you have we're going to find the a of 14, right? Is going to be equal to 2 times 14 squared plus 4 times 2744 over 14, right? So what would that be? So I'm just gonna compute it. So 2 times 14 squared plus 4 times 2744 divided by 14, right? And hit enter, right? We get the 1176. So this is equal to 1176, right? Let's type it in. 1176, right? So let's submit for testing. Actually, I lost the internet connection for some reason, but I'll show you these are the correct answers. So x equals 14, and y equals 14, and the area is 1176. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.